Let's look at solving simultaneous equations using substitution. The question says, solve 2x plus 5y equals 12 and 3x plus 4y equals 4. We can see that both of these equations have two unknowns, x and y, and so we need to work out what those values are. Start by labeling both of these equations. So let's call this equation 1 and let's call this equation 2. Start by rearranging equation 1. So we've got two unknowns, x and y. We can rearrange for any of the unknowns, and so I'm going to rearrange for x. Let's take away 5y from both sides. We end up with 2x equals to 12 minus 5y. We can then divide each of the terms within the equation by 2. This will leave us with x on its own. So if we do that, 2x divided by 2 gives us x. 12 divided by 2 gives us 6. And minus 5 divided by 2 gives us minus 2.5. Now we can substitute x into the equation we didn't rearrange. So in this case, it was equation 2. So if we do that, we get 3, and then in brackets, instead of writing x, we're going to write down what x equals to. We have 6 minus 2.5y, and then plus 4y equals to 4. Now we expand the brackets. So 3 times 6 gives us 18. 3 times minus 2.5y gives us minus 7.5y. And then we've got plus 4y equals to 4. Now we're going to rearrange for y. So taking this equation and collecting like terms, we have 18. And now minus 7.5y plus 4y gives us minus 3.5y. And that equals to 4. If we take away 18 from both sides, we're left with minus 3.5y on the left hand side and 4 minus 18, which gives us minus 14 on the right hand side. Now dividing both sides by minus 3.5 so that we end up with y on its own, we get y equals to, so minus 14 divided by minus 3.5 is equal to 4. We now need to finally work out what x is equal to. We can do that by substituting y into any of these equations, or a quicker way might be to substitute into this equation since it already equals to x. X equals to, so 6 minus 2.5, and now instead of writing y, we're going to write 4. Now multiplying this out and simplifying, we get x equals to 6 minus, so 2.5 times 4 is equal to 10, and now x equals to 6 minus 10, which is equal to minus 4. So we've worked out that x equals minus 4 and y equals 4. One way to check that our solutions are correct is to substitute both x and y into either of these equations to check that the left-hand side equals to the right-hand side. So checking our solutions for x and y are correct, let's substitute them into equation 1 to see if the left-hand side equals to the right-hand side. So we have 2, and then instead of writing x, we're going to write minus 4 in brackets, plus 5, and then instead of writing y, we're going to write 4 in brackets. And now we're going to simplify this. So 2 times minus 4 equals to minus 8, and 5 times 4 equals to 20. So we've got minus 8 plus 20, which equals to 12. And so we've checked that the left-hand side does indeed equal to the right-hand side when x equals to minus 4 and y equals to 4. We can also check our solutions graphically for both of these equations. We've got the graphs here, and we can see that both lines intersect at only one point. That point is here, which has coordinates x equals minus 4 and y equals 4, which were the solutions we obtained for these two equations.